You know, I've been giving these tools a look, and just recently bought the Knipex. I saw a couple of videos and videos on YouTube, and I thought I'd give the Knipex a look. I've been using my favorite go-to Channellock Linesman for a pretty long time now, and it's always been my favorite linesman. For some reason, I'm not a big big brand on the popular Knipex or the Klein tools, but I noticed something about this Knipex tool, and it cuts very nicely, but it's very top heavy, and I guess it's very light on the bottom here, but I think one of the reasons why it's so light on the bottom and very top heavy is because these handles here, they're pretty skinny handles, and I've been grabbing a piece of Romex here and giving this Romex a good squeeze, and again I'm gonna put this right on the back here. I don't know if you can see, but it's as far back as it can, possibly be comfortable to cut. I'm just gonna give that a good squeeze and I'm gonna give my channel locks a try here. And that Knipex has a nice clicking sound to it. Just push that all the way to the back there, and it's just so much easier with the channel lock. I know that little piece got caught there, but I'll just give it another try. And this is a used tool. This is a tool that I've been using for a long time, and some of the things that I notice here is my old channel locks have been urethane coated, so it's a little bit hard to rust. Where the Knipex, it looks like when I got this tool, it was all oiled up and everything, and this one has a nice shiny gleam to it. This one has a nice shiny gleam to it. So and here's another thing that I noticed about it. Just looking at other details, it's the finish of the product. Well, let's have a look here. Let's have a look at what Knipex did versus the channel locks, and it looks like right here there's a rough edge, okay, where my channel locks are nice and curved here. And when looking at the tips here, if you look at the tips here, I mean, it's not so bad. I mean, the tip is not that bad. I mean, the urethane finish on the channel locks makes the feel so much smoother. Well, this feels a little more like it's been sanded down or just grinded down, and it has a rough feel to it. Over here on this side, just turning it around again, smooth edges on the channel lock, and very rough edges on the Knipex here. There might be other areas where where your fingers might get caught, or something might get caught, but still, even this edge here, pretty smooth on the channel lock. Not too bad here. It just seems like this is just a lot smoother on my fingertips, and that piece right there is kind of a little bit sharp. Not too much though. Looking down here, nice and smooth, and over here, they kind of smoothed that out. But there's an edge here where in the channel lock they kind of smoothed out that edge, and over here there's an edge too here. It's a little bit of catch here on the channel lock, whereas in the Knipex, it's pretty much the same story on this side here. As I mentioned before, we got 2 sharp edges here. In the channel lock, there's 1 sharp edge here and no sharp edges here unless you start looking at this side here versus the other side. It's gonna be the same thing. Don't know what to say other than the channel locks have a much more of an opening over here to twist your wires, and then the Knipex is it's a little bit closed. I don't know if you can see that. You can see that opening on the channel locks. It makes it much easier to twist the wires without putting too much pressure on them, where over here it's a kind of closed tip. Maybe if you were, I don't know, trying to braid telephone wire, it wouldn't be such a thing, but I really don't go around braiding telephone wire. I wouldn't see the reason to. There's so many connectors for it. Other than that, if we look at the handles here, the handles on the channel lock feel much better. This doesn't need too much of a padding. It just wraps around your hand neatly, and you know that you're holding a nice, powerful tool. Where over here, it just feels like it's just pinching all of this right here when you give it a good squeeze. And when I squeeze really hard here, it feels nice and comfortable. These edges are nice and rounded. This is a very nice tool. More of a nicer tool than what I thought, or discredited it for. That's other than that, both of these tools, they have the riveting. The rivet is way up here, just as well as the riveting on the Knipex is way up there. 2 very nice looking tools. I think at the end of the day, well, as far as height, I think yeah, the channel lock is a little bit taller. Knipex is a little more easy to store away. The blades, they cut the same. I think it feels a little more comfortable when you cut with the channel lock. I'm gonna give that one more try. And here we go again. And again, I'm just gonna hold that way back here. Pretty easy. Hold it way back here. And that has just a nice snappy feel to it. It's you can hear the snap, and there's one thing that I really like about this tool, guys. Knipex, very nice job in the already broken in tool. It just opened wide right away. There's no problem here with that. And with my channel locks, it just stays there. It's a solid piece. It looks like they're almost fused together. You have to kind of help it open, and a lot of guys like this. Some guys don't like this, and that's all right. Most of us with a lot of these tools, we're used to kind of opening them up and closing them, where Knipex is just, it's just so easy. You don't even have to help it. It just opens up. Over here, I kind of have to use my index finger to open that one up and help it. Other than that, I think that's my review, guys. Thanks for watching.